Where I am now, better than before, through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place, a tender warm embrace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, Where I Am Now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com or 1400 AM or 1350 AM. Go to church webcam, and guess what? You can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Cut you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM and WPCE 1400 AM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. And guess what we're going to let them do?
What's that?
Like, share, subscribe, and comment. And we'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Do all that.
And we'll shout them out.
Every single one
later
of you.
on in the show.
Every single one of you.
On a fun Friday.
On a fun Friday. Yeah. Mr. E, it's the weekend.
It's the weekend. I just got paid. And you know how
Friday night just got paid.
Friday night just got paid.
Party's
party
jumping.
Over here, party over there.
Oh, are you all gonna party this weekend? What are you gonna do? Let us know in the chat what you're gonna do for the weekend. What you got planned? What's going on in your city, Mr. E? What's your plan?
Well, I got a grandson who turns 8 years old, 7 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, Maverick Everett, Maverick Isaiah Everett turns 7 years old tomorrow.
Mr. E, they grow up so fast.
Oh, come on now. I just remember he was a little teeny boy.
I know, a newborn baby.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, but that's life, and it's beautiful to see them grow up.
That's right.
Beautiful.
And he's number 16 of my grandkids.
Oh, well, God bless you. You got your quiver full.
That's right.
Well, I tell you what, it is Fun Friday, and the weather here in the Hampton Roads area is sunny. And Mr. E, I think it's going to be near 60 or about 60 degrees.
Well, it started out this morning, Miss Hinton, about 36 degrees this morning. Really chilly and cold, and the frost was on the cars.
It was on the car, thick, not like snow, but almost like snow on the grass.
Right. I know that's right. Little boy said this morning, it snowed last night. No, that's frost, son.
There's so much going on in the city. I hope you all are prepared for the weekend. I think the weather is going to be up and down here in Hampton Roads, but nevertheless, you all can get out, have a good time, rest, and just woosah. Get the job out of your system if you don't have to work, and just keep on, enjoying yourselves.
That's right. It's the holiday. This is the first Friday in the last month of the year.
Yes, it's holiday season. I'm going to be putting up trees. You going to put up trees, Miss D?
I put my tree up on December the 24th and take it down December 25th.
That is not the Christmas spirit.
But I have little other stuff hanging around, wreaths and all that stuff.
I wouldn't even put it up, Mr. E, if I had to put it up that late. But anyway, look, we have our current job list today. It's a short list, but we want you all to get your pen or your pencil, or you can go on FYI Radio Show page on Facebook, Yolanda Hinton's personal page, Mr. E's personal page, Everette, or LinkedIn or wherever, and you can get that job list.
Suffolk Foundation looking for a full-time administrator, and for kids looking for a family case manager.
Nasman River Preservation Allowance advertisement for president and CEO. For kids, they need a shelter safety assistant, they need a receptionist, they need an intake specialist, an events coordinator, and a controller.
And for kids, also need an after-school assistant in Suffolk, an after-school assistant school board base, and an after-school assistance in Chesapeake.
Absolutely. You all go online, get it, share it, email it. But whatever you do, let somebody know that needs a job, that these jobs are available.
That's right. Don't forget that they're hiring seasonal workers all over. So if you're looking for a job just for the season, for the Christmas season, guess what? You can get a job at FedEx, UPS. You can get a job at Target. You can get a job Home Depot. And don't let nobody tell you because you've been incarcerated that you can't get a job. Jobs are available out there.
Yeah, right here. Mr. E, FYI Radio Show's Friday segment is What's in Your Closet? Issues concerning our ladies. And we're going to open up the phone lines for you all, ladies. And of course, we want our ladies that are on social media to respond and call in. Mr. E's going to give you that number in a little bit. But we're going to talk about keeping the flame, when the flame goes out in a relationship. And now listen, issues concerning women, what's in your closet? There are some things that women can do. Maybe they have some suggestions on how to keep, the flame burning in the relationship. And maybe they have some things that they're doing that, some secrets they hold in that they should kind of like let out.
This gonna be so juicy. So the telephone number that you can call is 757-624-9475. That's the telephone number to dial to keep your flame. Tell us the secret, what you have done to keep the spark going.
Sometimes, Mr. E, women talk about why the flame goes out. And a lot of times it's distrust, hurt and pain, betrayal, or they just turn off. They've been in a relationship too long or not long enough, and they just have had it. And so the thing about it is some women, and hopefully women will talk to us today, stay in a relationship and they hold those things in that they're going through. A lot of times they say women suffer in silence.
Okay.
And in relationships, they take a lot and they tend to just hold on to their feelings. Sometimes it's maybe seen in their expression or their attitude, but sometimes they're not as verbal as you would think. Now, that's supposed to be a man's thing. Well, a man don't talk, a man don't express, but a woman can do the same thing. She can hold back, hold on, she can hold grudges, she can be vindictive, and she can have a bad attitude, but sometimes she does that without expressing why she's feeling the way she's feeling. She doesn't express why she's not getting what she needs. Sometimes she feels like a man should know automatically that she feels a certain way, and a man is not a mind reader.
That's right, Miss Hinton. Last night I was looking at Family Feud. It's coincident that was one of the questions. Why do women shut down? Why? How do you know when your spouse is mad at you,
not
upset?
Pleased.
Right, And one of the answers says that they give you the silent treatment.
Well, that's a cool one. Yeah. What do you say? Give the silent treatment?
They give you the silent treatment. In other words, when you walk through the threshold of the door, they don't say not one word.
So do a man, as a man, Mr. E, does a man say, what? Like, what's wrong? Does he know it's him? That's the thing. Do a man know that it's him that she's mad at? Mm-hmm. Or does he take it for granted? Well, maybe it's the kids, or maybe, or I didn't do nothing wrong. What is a man? What's the man's perspective?
And see,
Does he really know?
and when you walk in the house and you get that silent treatment, you don't know what the day was holding. It could have been a telephone call, it could have been one of the kids. But guess what? You have to suffer because right now she is upset and you said, okay, what's going on with you? And see, sometimes, like you said, women suffer in silence. They
Yes.
keep it to themselves and they, expect you to know what's going on with them.
So, Miss E, while I have you here, tell us about this cliche, this back in the day thing. I don't know if people say it now, but when a man is in the doghouse, a woman put a man in the doghouse. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, he had to do something wrong or give him the pillow and the blanket to sleep on the couch. He had to do something wrong or don't get his dinner fixed or something of that nature.
Ooh.
He had to do something wrong in order for, for him. Now, here's the thing we got to understand. Sometimes women are upset and they take it out on the man. Now, I like this one. And they take it out on the man because the children could have got on her last nerve.
Okay, true.
And when the children get on the last nerve, and she said, well, because of you, I wouldn't have these youngins running around here, so I'm going to take it out on you. The telephone number to dial is 757-624-9475.
Yes,
Absolutely. If you want to dialogue with us, you can. So that's what happened, Miss Hinton.
Well, women, I want to know, are you keeping secrets on how you feel? I mean, are you expressing how you feel, or do you feel like a man should read your mind? I think that's what causes problems. She's got a bad attitude and he's got to figure out, okay, now was it this, and that. She's not, sometimes women don't express themselves like we think a woman would.
Well, you a woman. Tell us from your perspective as being a woman, does a man has to try to figure you out when you're upset?
I think sometimes a man has to figure out what a woman is upset about. I think she thinks that he should automatically know.
How is that? We don't have no crystal ball and we ain't got no wands and ain't nobody whispering in our ear telling us anything. So when we come in, it could be just a piece of trash on the floor or a bird or cat that got on the fence and you got an attitude.
But sometimes it can be a big problem that a woman is facing and needs to express it to her significant other, or sometimes it's just something little. Maybe she's just in a bad mood and she's cranky, or somebody said something at work, or he gave a lopsided compliment. Do I look good in this dress? Do I look fat in this dress? No, you don't look fat, but you have gained a little weight. That is she may get an attitude because of that. But like I said, it could be the littlest thing, and then it could be the biggest thing in the whole wide world. Because when we talked about a distrust and hurt, pain, and betrayal, honey, whoo! And then this is it. I really believe, Mr. E, that when people are having issues, I think they should make a decision whether or not to be in a relationship. If it's something that's consistently going on that she's displeased with or he's displeased with, and they can't reconcile, they had irreconcilable differences. People got to make up their mind whether or not they're going to stay there or they're going to leave. Is it too much? I mean, has the distrust, is it so much distrust that it's like I can't bear it no more? I believe that the breakthrough is when you say, okay, let's either stay together and work it out, or hey, look, this ain't working.
All right, women, pick up the telephone, 757-624-9475. Let's hear what you have to say on this. Is it something that he have done in order for you to, or do you remember something in the past that all of a sudden it flares back up into the right now when you experience some trauma in one's life, or when you're going through some stuff? Pick up the telephone and give us a call. This is issues concerning women. What's in your closet? Are you holding grudges? Are you holding secrets? And then what's going on? 624-9475.
Also, what do you need your significant other to know about you, and how you feel about things? We have someone on the line. Good morning. Oh, doing good. Speak up a little bit louder.
bro. How y'all doing?
We're
Good
doing
morning,
good.
sir.
How are you?
I'm doing just fine.
Yes, we need to hear your opinion.
Well, good. Sometimes our opinion matters, sometimes it don't. But, anyway, my personal perspective on marriage today or relationship is that we hit the ground running every morning, regardless of what you're doing. Everybody's busy, busy, busy. And we need to be aware of that.
Yes.
How to decompress and shut everything off. Of course, most of us don't know how to do that. So in
Yes.
order to really evaluate what's going on in a relationship, first you have to know what's going on with yourself.
Yes.
And once I know what's going on with me, then I can effectively communicate that to the person that I'm involved with. And so, because we don't have those key things intact, we're doing the same thing repetitively and ending up with the same result,
Absolutely.
and not understanding why we're not having better relationship.
You know, Pastor Brock, and thank you so much for giving us a call. When you walk into your crib, when you walk into your house and you get that silent treatment, do you suppose to know right then and there what's going on with her?
You can't know because your mind is somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like get my feet, take my shoes off, get a shower or whatever. You're not in tune with the house yet. And I remember years ago, my car wouldn't start, so I had to sit down and wait for it to get repaired. And I heard something, and I realized it was the refrigerator. In other words, the refrigerator has been on all along, but I'm not used to being at home that I can hear the refrigerator. Are you understanding what
I'm
I'm saying?
hearing what you're saying.
Yes.
So being busy every day, a lot of things are going on. But when you sit down, like sit on the porch,
Yes.
you can see the grass need to be cut, but it needs to be cut off. It needs to be cut all along. You didn't realize until you really sat down on the porch. And we need to slow down, slow down.
Yes.
Slow down.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much. So, women, do you think that I'll put it like this. Do you feel like your significant other, your husband, your boyfriend, or whatever, is supposed to solve all your problems? I think that is a problem too. When you think a man is there to solve every one of your problems,
I'll be the
the Superman, the superhero.
624-9475. That's the telephone number to dial. 757-624-9475.
Yeah, we want to know what's in your closet. And this is the segment for our ladies. How do you feel about relationship when the flame goes out or when, things seem like it's different? Now, Mr. E, all right, let's go back. When a woman and a man they get together, before marriage, a lot of times they are just falling in love and it's just magic. It's heavenly. Then they get deeper in the relationship or they get married sometimes and things tend to shift. Why? And what can people do about it? What do you think a woman is doing that makes things change? Because some men feel like, oh, you're not in the relationship like you used to. You're not doing the things that you used to do. What do you feel like happens when to take the flame and
Miss Hinton, I can answer that from a man perspective, but I got to go into the mindset of a woman. What is going on with her mind? Why is she done made the switch? And I know that they mature fast and they grow up faster than a man. I know that. But what is going on with her ways and her attitude, her spunkiness? What's going on that causing her to flip out? What causes her to just go to the left? So here's the question, Miss Hinton. What causes a woman to really hold grudges? What causes a woman to really what you start doing? Why the changes? Is it because of their body changing? You're a woman. Tell us a little bit more about what causes this solemn this freaking out or quietness of a woman.
I think, like I was saying before, your expectations that a person can do all and be all. When you find out that a person can't be all to you, that you got to be something to yourself, that you have to manage your own self as well as be in a relationship. It changes things. You know, a woman has high expectations. She wants her knight in shining armor. You know, that's what's been put in our hearts and mind. Oh, I want the man. He's going to sweep me off my feet. He's coming with a white horse and all that stuff. And she elevates him in her mind and heart as they, you know, get to know one another. You know, there are no problems, and you're not fighting. You're loving, and then all of a sudden reality sets in, and your expectation of that person is, wait a minute, that person has flaws, or that person, you know, not doing the things that I thought they would, or that person was paying me attention. Now that person ain't going to work all the time. It's just the shift, the change. Some people can adjust, but some people are shell shocked when they find out that they don't have a Superman, but they have someone that's trying to just grow and be like anybody else, with faults and failures and good and evil.
Well, you shifted back onto the Superman, to the man.
What I'm saying is she changes.
What causes a woman to really not be able to keep silent, not be able to tell the tall tale, and to talk about the things that is need to talk about? You know, if she having a bad day, why she can't say, "Oh, I had a terrible day. The dishwasher wouldn't work today, or didn't get the baby bottle clean." 624-9475. That's the telephone number to dial. Good morning, Miss Roberta Carter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She has high expectations. She feels like this person should answer everything under heaven, you know. And when a woman is disappointed, or she's been betrayed, or she, you know, caused her any pain and stuff, she will shift. She will shut down. But you have to. This is when it comes to what she wants. Now she wants the love or the respect. She wants you to keep the respect. She wants you to remedy what you've done wrong to her. She wants you to do that. And sometimes it's not happening in a relationship. Sometimes she cannot get that. It gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And sometimes she, you know, I'm saying, it begins to break her down in the sense of her trust, you know. So I'm saying it starts off with a beautiful, beautiful story of love. And I'm saying then life happens, and then things happen. You know, a lot of things you find, you know, when the children come, things will shift. You find out when you have problem with the in-laws, things will shift. Money, things will shift. You know, her perspective is different. She has high expectation that you're going to take care of her. And honey, when things are not exactly like she envisions it from Jump Street, things do change.
757-624-9475. It's 757-624-9475. That's the telephone number to dial. Now, suppose the brother is doing everything in that relationship, but yet and still, when he walks up into the kitchen, she could have kicked her toe on the side of the bed, and now he's got to hear, and she's mad because she kicked her own toe. You know,
a person might have just ended up with a moody woman. You know, you got women that all kind of, you know, she may just be a moody person. She may be a hellraiser. You know, she may not be the sweetest thing when you find out, you know, when you really get to know her. Because this is the thing, Mr. E. A lot of times we go by first what we see.
First
she's
impression.
A beautiful, and then you have to now find out who she is. You got to get to know that person from the inside out. And then this is the thing. This is what I was saying from the beginning. You don't see what's in that person totally. You begin to discover as time goes on what a person is. And then you have to determine whether or not you can live with it. You're right. Like, wait a minute. When we first got together, I didn't know you was that type of person that just don't know how to treat people, don't know how to act. And then she says, oh, I didn't see that. I saw a good looking man, or I saw a good looking woman. Now, all of a sudden, she or he has to see what is in that person. It comes out. There are things that are in you, that's in a person that you can not see from the outside. You discover who they are from the inside eventually. There's some things about a person they don't know about themselves that will come out. And that's why you have to take time to get to know people in relationships, because there's a lot of things you're going to discover, and some of those things you not may not be able to live with.
So now we're putting it. Now let's take it off the person. Let's take it on some of the things that happen in life. What you have to endure as a person. What you have to go through. Some of the things that you have to endure. Let's say that some of the things that you had to endure, like your pot burnt up and or the mailman walked across the grass. So why should everybody suffer because you're going through?
Well, like I said, you may be with a moody person. Did you know that person was moody when you married? Did you know they had bad attitude when you married? Did you know that? Some things this is what I'm saying. There's a young lady that just got married. She's on a reality show. She got engaged after a month and she got married. And what I'm saying is she is so in tune and so engulfed with the things that her husband is bringing to the table. But I'm saying eventually she's going to have to find out who he is, and she's got to look deeper. Is she a moody person? You got to find out. Does she have a bad attitude? Is she a gold digger? Is she a person that don't take care of the house and children? These are the things that you're going to find out eventually. But the thing about it, Mr. E, is what you can put up with. You may be able to put up with a dirty, nasty person. Somebody that's cutthroat or whatever. You may be able to deal with that. But there are some people that cannot put up. You cannot cross the line with them with certain things, and they will not agree. And some people cannot stay in a relationship, and they're not going to be happy if they're seeing things from you or themselves that they can't cope with.
Mr. Charlie Reed Jr., Charlie F. Reed Jr. said, "All the world is a stage, and we are mere actors. Some things you won't see until you live with them." And that's one of the greatest things. But if you done did your thing, you work, you come home, and you know all is well, and then you got a different swing in the house.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. What can you live with that? A lot of times we still live with that. Well, she's moody today. Well, I can live with that. I'm not going to break up with her because she's moody. Oh, she's a little bad. She don't keep things clean. Well, hey, I'm not going to break up with her because of that. I can live with that. But then if there's something that she's doing that he cannot tolerate, that's when a relationship loses the flame, and that's sometimes when a relationship ends. It's when you cannot live with certain things. You have boundaries, and when they cross that boundary, that's it. That's why you have some people irreconcilable differences. It's like, we'll never agree on this, so hey, let's just part.
Well, I got to remember, everybody doesn't agree on everything. You got difference of opinion on one, but we should all come together as a head where we can solve the problem.
What do you mean?
In other words, if you disagree and I disagree, but the job got to be done. It's got to be done, whether you're right or I'm wrong. Somewhere down the line, we got to say, okay, fine, let's make this agreement. We got to be able to reason somewhere in the middle of the road.
Well, that comes in, like I said, if you're deciding to stay in a relationship that doesn't have a flame, you can get help. You can get counseling, and you can sometimes remember why you're in love, why you want it to be a family. You can reinvent a relationship, you can make sure that, you can keep the flame, you can regain the flame, you can forgive, you can change. People change, and it all depends on how far you can go in a relationship. But if you have a flame that's out or you want it back, get it back. Do the things that it takes to, get yourself together and have a wonderful relationship. And if you can't, hey, let's just kiss and say goodbye.
But the thing about it, Miss Hinton, that's one of the greatest things in the world. If you got a flame, if the flame is still burning, but it's just dim,
then there's hope. If it's dim, if you got a little something
put
there,
another lump of coal in it and shake the ashes out of the bottom and go ahead and get that flame started.
And just admit sometimes that, both people are wrong. Everybody's not perfect. Everybody, sometimes you look at a woman to look at a man and say, you ain't this, and he can look and say, oh, you too, you ain't doing right either. Okay. So anyway, come over here. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, some upcoming shows, and just want to have some fun. God bless you. You all are a blessing. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. And for more information, if you'd like to be a special guest on the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you can do is inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton's Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or you can go to email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com, or give us a call at 757-714-7861. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to join us on Sports Talk on Monday, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Happy birthday, Maverick.
Wow. Thank you all for joining us. I want to say good morning to Roberta Carter, Charles F. Reed. How are you and the family? All you all that are on social media platforms. I'm hoping my friend Diane Carter is up here. She has a birthday, I think, today or coming up real soon. I want to wish her a happy birthday. And all you wonderful people for joining us, taking your precious time to be with us here on FYI Radio Show. We're talking about women now. We're talking about what's in your closet. And we're talking about the fact that women do go through different changes. Women are sensitive. And women are and women, sometimes do suffer in silence, Mr. E, and they don't always express themselves because a lot of times or sometimes they feel like a man or their significant other should already be able to read their mind.
Well, see, here's the thing that we got to understand, and I want everybody to listen to what I'm saying carefully, is that, and don't take it out of context. The more we grow, every day we're learning new, innovative, more ideas. We're changing with the time and we're changing with the seasons. And the more we change, some folks still think that you should be still way back there.
Ooh,
just like it's hard for a lot of people to make the adjustment that the Jetsons has already told us that we're going to have some technology situations, computers, whatever. And so now since you got computers, some of us still want to work the rotary phone. And because you can work the technology and not the rotary, you done got away from that, it creates a problem.
Yes.
Because they still thinking that you still should be using the rotary phone instead of using a cell phone. When you look at technology and when you look at what the world is going through in the changing aspect, folks mature faster than others. Some going with time, some doing other things, some maturing, and some, some folks cannot understand why you doing this and I ain't doing this. They think that we supposed to mature or grow together.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that and you should do that. A lot of people stay in relationships, but in this day and time, people are not staying in relationships, Mr. E. Some people are choosing not to be married. Some people are out the door as soon as the first thing trouble comes. But this is the thing. I want to go back to what I was saying, and the distrust and sometimes the pain and things causes a terrible blockage in this relationship. Some people are not faithful. Some people are not trustworthy. They bring it into a relationship. Some people cause a lot of pain in a relationship. Some people don't know how to treat the other person. You're not just talking about two people that's going to live happily ever after. You got to work on the happily ever after. And you got to remember there are some treacherous things and abuse that goes on in relationships. And some people withdraw, some women withdraw. We're talking about women now. Women withdraw because of some of those reasons. It's like, wait a minute, he won't stop running women. Okay, he won't bring the money home. And I'm working and he's supposed to be working. He won't do nothing. He's home playing the video games. Or he's always saying bad things to me, or he's not holding the weight, or he won't help with the children. There's a lot of things that causes a woman to just shut down.
Well, I really believe this. If you got all that you just said going for you,
what's that? What?
That he is doing what he's supposed to do to help with the children.
I said he's not.
Well, but I'm saying if he is doing it, if he is carrying the weight, if he is carrying the load, why is it that when you come in, you got a mood swing? Why is it that is that something else that you got on your mind that is causing you to have a difference, a mood swing?
Everybody has mood swings,
right? But everybody might have mood swing, but you cannot put him at the helm or at fault of all of that. Sometimes you might not. Sometimes folk may not be having a bad day, but because they're having a bad day, they don't know how to express themselves or to get back on track.
Absolutely. There could be a breakdown in communication.
It could be a breakdown in their communication within yourself, within themselves. It doesn't have to be a breakdown in your relationship with your mate. It does not have to be a breakdown because your money is funny and your change is strange. It could have been a breakdown because somebody on your job could have rubbed you wrong. Now you coming home and you bringing that business home. You're supposed to have already set the tone in your home where you can't bring that poison that will cause you to look at him like you look at them folk on the job. You got to look at him in a different perspective. You can't look at him like you look at everybody else.
So I'm talking about the flame going out. That's
when the flame goes out.
The flame ain't going out because
But that causes the flame to go out because your perspective of others and not of him.
No, what I'm saying, I'm saying from a woman's point of view, the flame is going out for a lot of reasons. And sometimes it's bigger than the little things. Sometimes it's not like, okay, he snores or he, don't put down the seat or the toilet, Sometimes it's not that. Sometimes for a woman, it goes deeper. Sometimes, let's say, tell like it is. Sometimes a woman is with a man and she may not even love him sometimes. She may be, fond of him. But when you got so many different things in this scenario, a bad mood could come as a result of, hey, I really don't want to be with this person. Or it could become a result of, he may sneeze and she said, I can't stand him because he did this and he didn't do this and he didn't defend me with with the in-law. It can go deeper. It's usually deeper. If the flame has gone out, ladies, and that's what I'm saying. I wanted to hear from the ladies. Ladies, if you're on social media, the flame goes out for a reason. And it's not a little thing. It's usually the bigger things that causes the flames to go out. Pain, hurt, distrust, disloyal, disrespect. Those big things, because this is the thing about a woman. She can go a long, long way with a man. She can go a long, long way with a person. She can go a long, long way with her children. She suffers as a woman because she has that heart to go far and beyond. But I'm saying that she is definitely, she can definitely break. She gets to a breaking point when it's too much. When it's too much of that, when it's too much of the big stuff, she can definitely break and the flame can go out.
Does she keep that all in silence?
Sometimes a woman
or does she dialogue?
Sometimes a woman don't know how. Sometimes she may not know how to express.
That's right. So if she don't know how to express herself to her mate, he'll never know. He's thinking that everything is honky-dory. He's thinking that everything is right. But your mood, the moods of a lady sometimes shows a different sign.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You'll see a sign
if she's not dialoguing, and not talking about it, he would never know what's popping. He would never understand what's going on. Why?
Well, guess what, Mr. E? He gonna know somewhere or another.
Because of the way that he's being treated.
Let me tell you one thing. A woman is very strategic. And so you'll see a sign, and she may not come out her mouth and say, well, you know what, but she'll withdraw from, she'll withdraw. She will keep from being intimate. She will show you through her moods and through what she will do now for you and won't do now. You'll see it some way. And maybe, a man will be, in tune to her so much. You say, wait a minute, hold up.
Something ain't right.
Hold up. Let's talk, because and then maybe she's able more to express herself. But there are women that they don't know how to come out and say it. But they are at a breaking point, and you usually see them break before they say a whole lot, at first.
So how the man knows what's going on with them if you don't know how to dialogue, if you don't know how to express?
Now, I didn't say they didn't know.
Wait a minute, don't know how to talk. If you don't know how to, to say what's on your mind. Now he's got to come in and he's getting the royal treatment. I don't want to talk to you. Now he comes in, you turning your back towards him. Now he's going, and you ask the question, what's going on? But yet and still he don't know what's going on. He don't understand it. It could be 15 years of problems.
Wow.
And hanging around, and you still ain't saying jack to him, and he don't know, and you harboring or holding it in. So now he's got to go through life and don't understand what's popping. So what do you do?
Sometimes when it comes to a woman, a man really needs to look at himself, because sometimes, like I said, a woman can really love and love a man. But I'm saying sometimes a man is doing so many things and do so many things wrong and so many things to a woman, and they don't even see that they're doing so much to a woman. Sometimes it's a thing of, you find men that, and you see this, I don't know this from experience, but I'm saying you see sometimes a man is out there doing all kind of cheating and stuff like that, and he don't think that that's supposed to be a problem to a woman. She's upset, not speaking, won't be with him. The flame is going out, and he's more like, what? And it's like, man, this is the thing about a woman. If you continuously do these things, she's going to shut down. You're not going to sit up here and have women on the side and think she's supposed to be, I want to be with a lot of women can't put up with that kind of stuff.
Well, we understand. People understand that is a major cause.
Yeah,
But suppose, let's say, for example, if something is not like that going on, let's say men are not doing that. Let's say they doing they going to work every day, they're coming home, they're bringing in the bacon, they're sitting around the house, eating at the dining room table, and things of that nature. And then all of a sudden, her swing, she began to have a mood swing as she advances forward, as she matures, as she grows up. Something trigger her to cause her to, to be out of balance or out of whack. It ain't because the brother is cheating. It ain't because the man is doing wrong. It's because she sometimes has to do the same thing. Pay attention to what's going on within yourself. What's triggering you if you can't, and it all ain't got to be on the brother, on the man. It can be that the children are not walking like you have trained them or the way they should go. It could be because the meal didn't come out prepared like the way you got. It could be even the littlest things that trigger some people and then men they are your knight in shining armor, but sometimes you want to tell them something, but they try. You don't want them to figure the problem out. You don't want them to handle the problem, but you want to just have an ear. And they got ears for you. And when they got ears for what you want, then you still won't respond.
So what I'm saying is, when the flame is going out, there are reasons. A lot of times there are some big reasons why that flame is going out. And so, but there's hope, especially for relationships that want to be there, for people that want to be in a relationship, for women that want to stay in. There's counseling, there's all kind of things, there's rekindling, there's forgiveness, there's all kind of things. And so, you can rekindle that flame, you can get it back. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of problems that come up in relationships and in marriages. And a lot of times it's on both persons. A lot of times one person is causing a lot of problems and turmoil, but then, hey, that's how it is. Look, we're going to have to go. We have someone that's getting ready to come into the studio, but we're going to be back here on Monday.
That's right.
And so don't worry about it. We have to cut this short. We're going to be serving that tea for you all later on. But anyway, be blessed. We'll talk with you all soon. And we just have to go today. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Oh, want to say thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. If you'd like to be a special guest, give us a call at 757-714-7861. I want to say thank you so much, Mr. Charles F. Reed Jr., for your input. Thank you so very, very much. And thank you for the top issues that's dealing with women. What's in your closet?
Yes.
Can we rekindle it again? Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350 Peace 95.3 and 1400 AM. And soon to be WMVA 88.9.
God bless you all.
Have a great
Talk to you
weekend.
soon.